Poi originated in New Zealand with the Maori people as a traditional performance art and coordination exercise. Poi literally means ball in Maori. One of the unique things about poi is that my hands can move together or separately, allowing me to explore many different rhythms and directions of movement. We're gonna start in the wheel plane with these overhand side circles, and from here, we're gonna use a simple stall to change direction into underhand. We're just gonna go ahead and poke back behind us and come back into underhand, and then poke, stall out in front of us, back into overhand. This is a great way to develop awareness of the weight of the ball before we progress into more advanced techniques. From this double overhand side circle, I can add in a flower motion, which is where I just create a circle with my hands as I continue to allow this circle at the rope to happen. And this is going to further refine my understanding of this wheel plane. And then I can change direction and come back underhand, circling my hands in the opposite direction as I maintain these small circles with the rope. Now that you have a basic understanding of your underhand and your overhand side circles in the wheel plane, you can start playing with different rhythms. I'm gonna start with this same time pattern by bouncing my body up and down, and then I can add just this little wiggling motion and it will create a split time pattern in the rope. I can go back into same time just by bouncing my body up and down. From here, I can use the stall to switch directions into underhand, same time with the little bounce, and then add the wiggle to create split time. Let's do a little drill to refine our understanding of these concepts. Starting in overhand, same time, we're gonna go into split time, back to same time, stall, underhand, same time, split time, back to same time, stall, one more time through, overhand, same time, split time, back to same time, stall, underhand, into split time, back to same time, and stall. Now we're gonna use this concept of rhythm to learn our first trick, which is the overhand butterfly. We're gonna start with a double overhand in wheel plane and then go into split time. And from here, we're gonna allow these planes to drift into the wall plane, and they're overlapping but not hitting because they're in split time. From here, I can go ahead and return to same time just by bouncing my body up and down. And as long as I have one rope slightly lower than the other, they can't hit and I'm in an overhand butterfly. Now try the same thing in underhand by stalling, coming back into same time, go into split time, and then allow my hands to drift into this wall plane, alternating, and then returning into same time by bouncing my body up and down. Again, as long as I have one rope lower than the other, the ropes won't touch, and I'm now in an underhand butterfly. Let's move on to our next basic trick, which is an overhand and an underhand infinity cross. This movement stems from the basic overhand infinity pattern, which we're just gonna practice on both sides, really emphasizing making these circles on each side clean and even so that we have a nice balanced motion from side to side. Now I'm gonna return to this overhand side circle motion in the wheel plane, and as I give a little bounce with my legs to create lightness in the rope, I'm gonna perform this infinity pattern with both sides at the same time, but I'm gonna make sure that one hand crosses slightly before the other so that they don't hit in the middle Once I've figured out this basic crossing motion with one hand on top, I'm going to alternate and see if I can do it with the other hand on top. From here, I can switch my hands back and forth, creating this nice, smooth, alternating pattern in the overhand infinity motion. All right, now let's try it in underhand, but first, let's do it in one hand and practice these same side circles to really even out this pattern before trying it with both hands at the same time. Now I'm going to return to this double side circle in the underhand direction and attempt to go for this underhand infinity cross, bringing one hand slightly before the other so that they don't collide in the air. And once I feel comfortable with one hand crossing over the other, I'm going to return to the side circle and attempt the other hand on top. And now that I'm comfortable on both sides, I can again return to this alternating pattern where I'm switching which hand is on top. From here, I can return to my side circles, stall, and come back into my overhand, stall, come back into my underhand. Feel free to add the rock step back into this movement to create even more smoothness in the transition. Now that we've refined our understanding of moving in overhand and underhand patterns, we can learn how to change direction gracefully and efficiently in the same way that we did in the rope flow chapter. Starting in the double overhand side circle, I'm going to choose to turn right by taking a step back with my right foot, and then I'm going to think about matching the left ball to the right ball as I swing down into underhand. From here, I can step my feet together and then take a step back again on the right foot, bringing the ropes to the right side up over the top and back into overhand. I can just as easily return back the other direction by taking a step with the left foot and then returning back into the overhand, taking a step with the left foot and returning back into the underhand, and continuing like this in a circular motion. Once I have a basic understanding of transitioning from overhand to underhand using this pivot turn, I can use it to come back the other direction and then perform this motion continuously to create a basic wall plane propeller. Practice this trick on your own, just pivoting from side to side, keeping the ends moving in the same time pattern. And then every once in a while, you can change direction with the stall and then come back in the other direction. Now let's apply the same progression to the basic turn in split time. Again, we're going to start in double overhand side circles in the wheel plane, and then we're going to go into split time with this little body wiggle, stepping the right foot back, And this time allowing the right hand to lead the left in this scooping pathway into underhand, stepping my feet together and then taking a step back again on the right foot. This time I'm gonna go over the top, leading the right hand, then the left into the overhand split time. From here, we can of course repeat the same turn on the other side by stepping back with the left foot, leading left, right over the top into overhand, bringing the feet together, taking a step back again on the left, and then leading left, right, back to underhand. Now I can apply this same concept to the basic turn in split time to create the same alternating pattern in the wall plane. Just start with your basic overhand in split time, turn to the underhand, and then turn back the same direction with the pivot. And now just start to take out those extra swings until you arrive at the alternating wall plane pattern. So we have our overhand side circles in the wheel plane, and then we have our underhand side circles by using the stall to switch. And I can also go into opposites by having one go forward and one backwards. One of the easiest ways to get into opposites is just to start by swinging the rope at your sides front to back, then give yourself a little bit more bounce with your legs to swing them into full circles. From here, I can alternate between sides with a stall, and notice that I'm allowing my body to just slightly turn to allow my hands to chase the ends. And this is creating a nice smooth transition from side to side. Practice this on your own until you feel comfortable doing opposites going both directions and transitioning between them with the stall. Once you feel comfortable doing opposites on both sides and transitioning between them, come back into opposite swings, and then practice transitioning continuously on one side with a stall so that you're going from overhand to underhand while keeping the other side going in the same direction the whole time. This is a great way to practice going from same direction swing to opposite swing without breaking rhythm. Go ahead and practice this drill on your own until you feel equally comfortable on both sides, switching from underhand to overhand, while keeping the other side of your body circling continuously in the same direction. For our next flow challenge, we're gonna start in opposite swings. And on the side that's swinging overhand, we're gonna take a small step back and do a quarter turn as the backhand comes over the top into an overhand butterfly. This might be a little tricky at first, so here's a progression you can use to work up to it. Just start off with the backhand moving in an underhand circle and go into an underhand infinity motion. From here, you can practice doing the quarter turn and moving into the wall plane and then back. And this just helps you visualize one half of the butterfly. Once you have this pattern down, you can just add the other hand back into the opposite swing, and it should come together pretty naturally, and you can practice transitioning back and forth from the butterfly into the opposite swings. Once you have this repeating pattern down, you can use the butterfly as a transition to the other side, and then come back to butterfly with the other hand on top. Now I'm just using the butterfly as this halfway point in between my opposite side circles on each side. And I can start to take out beats on each side until I'm left with this nice repeating pattern. I'm finding this nice 3-beat bounce in my body as I move from one side to the other and pass through the butterfly in between, keeping the ropes moving in the same time rhythm. Now throw on a song you like and have a nice freestyle flow session to integrate everything that we've learned in this lesson. Enjoy. This concludes the poi section of the BOLO Flow Foundations course. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you on the next chapter.